Hi YouTube! Today we're going to bring some Canadian flair to our channel. If you can't tell, I'm in Banff right now, so I thought I'll make a video about the Chase Aeroplan card and how Aeroplan points are some of the best in the game. My name is Abhi. This is Credit Debit with Abhi, and like we do in all of our videos, without further ado, let's dive in. We'll start today's video with an example of how to extract the most value for your Aeroplan points. We'll also introduce a new tool to the channel. I picked this up from Max Rewards. If you haven't checked out his channel, I'll link his channel down below. He's one of my favorite creators in the space, and he brought to my attention seats.aero, where you can check for award availability for flights. There is a free version that allows you to see about 60 days out, and then there's a pro version that allows you to see about 12 months out. So we'll use the free version. If we go to the website, go to explore and choose Air Canada Aeroplan, it'll take us to this page where you can select flights originating in North America and going to Asia. And I was looking at the flights that were 60 days out, so sometime in August, and you can see there is award availability for a flight originating from SFO and going to Delhi across multiple classes, but we'll choose the business class. And if you see the details of the flight, it's an Air India flight that goes from SFO to Delhi. Now, Air India isn't the best product out there, but if you're flying that long a distance, it's about an 18-hour flight, having a lie flat seat can be a game changer. And what you need to pay for this flight is about 90,000 points, Aeroplan points, and then 75 Canadian dollars. So let's understand what value you can extract from this particular flight. If we go to flights.google.com and put in the details of the flight that we just saw, so the 13th of August from SFO to Delhi, business class, and if you look at the Air India flight, it costs about $3,700. So if we do a cent per point calculation, it'll be that amount minus the 75 Canadian dollars, that translates to about 57 US dollars, and then divided by the 90,000 points that we have to spend to book this flight. That translates to about 4.1 cent per point, which is again above the 2 cent per point benchmark that we set for our points utilization. With that out of the way, let's talk about the Chase Aeroplan card and why that can be a great addition to your setup. Like any other card, the 524 rule also applies to the Chase Aeroplan card. The 524 rule states that if you've applied and have gotten approved for more than 5 credit cards over the last 24 months, Chase will automatically decline you for any credit card that you're applying to. So if you're under 524 and you already have your Chase setup figured out, let's say you have the Chase trifecta already figured out and you do not know what Chase card to get next, there are a couple of options you can look at. There's the Chase Hyatt card, but there's also the Chase Aeroplan card that you can get. This card comes with a $95 annual fee, and as of the recording of this video, you can get 50,000 bonus points. These are Aeroplan points, not ultimate reward points, after spending $3,000 in the first 3 months of card ownership. Let's talk about the multipliers on this card. You get 3x back on dining including takeout. You get 3x back on grocery stores, 3x back on flights booked directly with Air Canada, and then 1x back on everything else. You also get 500 bonus points every month that you spend $2,000 or more on your credit card. Now, unless you're working towards the promotional offer, intro offer on the card, I don't see a reason why you'd be using this card and spending more than $2,000 on it, but your mileage may vary. Let's also discuss some of the benefits of the card and see if there's anything that can offset the $95 annual fee. You get a first free checked bag. We'll talk about the value of that in a second. You can use their pay yourself back program. Now, this is not very different from the Chase Sapphire Preferred in that the points that you accumulate, you can pay yourself back at 1.25 cents per point. So let's take the example of the 50,000 bonus points that you earn when you open the card, and if you hit that spend limit of $3,000 in the first 3 months, that 50,000 points can be valued at $625 if you choose to pay yourself back. The card also comes with no transaction fee, so you can use it internationally. The card also comes with basic coverages like travel protection, collision damage waiver. Bear in mind, this is not primary like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, it's actually secondary, so your personal insurance has to kick in first before this kicks in. And for that to work, you'll have to decline the insurance that the car rental company charges you and then put all of your spend on this card. As a new card member, you'll get 25K status for this year and for the next year. What this gets you is priority airport services as well as some upgrade in premier cabins, specifically on Air Canada operated flights. And you can retain this status going forward after 2024 if you spend more than $15,000 on this card. You can also get to 35K status if you hold the 25K status currently by spending more than $50,000 during a calendar year. And as you can tell, that's pretty steep. So the question that you might be asking is, long term, is this card worth it? Because in the first year, pretty much every single card that has a bonus associated with it is going to be worth it. These 50,000 points are going to be worth $625 as we just saw, or more depending on what you use them for. And so it easily justifies the $95 annual fee. But going forward, you can choose to close this card down unless you plan to fly with Air Canada pretty frequently. Even if you go on one skiing trip, the free check bag can give you the value back. Every check bag costs you about $30, so for a two-way trip, you're saving about $60. Now that can subsidize the $95 annual fee on the card, but in my opinion, the reason you'd get this card is to get the bonus offer. Use that bonus offer for a great travel redemption, and you don't have to fly business class. You can even book good economy fare tickets. Now, depending on your situation, you may choose to keep the card open, but for my personal setup, where I have 17 different cards, I don't think I'll keep this open if I do get the card and I have captured the bonus points from the card. Let me know what you think. If you're under the Chase 524, would you consider adding this card to your setup? That's it for today's video. If this format was interesting to you, hit the like button. If this is your second time watching a video on the channel, consider subscribing. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.